Once upon a time, there was a time cave, and there was a host, and now he's a ghost. Nah, just kidding. Trying to get into the spirit of the holiday coming up on Saturday now. It's Halloween is upon us, actually. And, it's going to be a lot different this year, for obvious reasons. What a drag, right? Jeez. Oh well, this year, that's all you can really say. Yeah, we'll just sweep it under the carpet. That'd be nice, right? Anyways, we got a real oldie on the bench tonight. This is the Dietz Square Lift Tubular. Now this guy, circa 1888. If you can believe that. That's pretty old. That is 19th century right there. This is frontier, Wild West stuff. And, it is a special piece in my collection. I like this one for several reasons. Because it's old. It's easily the oldest lantern I own. It's also close to the year that my hometown was founded, which was 1887. Missed by a year. But anyways, it goes back to that time when this little city was fairly brand new and very young, so it still counts. I just like this lantern, and it is burning a little sooty. And I'll show you. So come with me in for a close look, shall we? Yeah, hold on a second. Ooh, I got you. I'm going to do this slow so you don't get sick. I know, because jerky camera movements is one of the things I hate. Alright, there we go. See that? We don't really like that. No, that's not burning as well as it should be. It's peaking on one corner on the right, and it's kind of leaping up in the middle. It should be much stiller than that. But, this thing is 130 plus years, give or take. Yeah, I think right around there, 130, 35 maybe. Yeah, so it's pretty old. I'll cut it a little slack, but I will say this. The burner in this lantern is not the original burner, or even a Dietz burner for that matter. It's some oddball burner. I mean, it fits fine, but it's a different design entirely. So it wasn't really designed for this lantern. So I think that has something to do with it. Now, I did try a Dietz burner in this from, oh gosh, what was it? The Victor I have. I have an 1890s Victor. And if I remember correctly, it burned just as bad. It burned fine in the Victor, but it burned bad in here. So there might be something I'm overlooking. Now, on Saturday, I did pitch the fuel that was in here, which was just a couple ounces. It was not much. And then I proceeded to clean out the fount, because I know that on the Norley Diamond up there, that had a dirty fount, and that poisoned the wick and made it burn really bad. So I tried that angle and approach, and when I lit it after doing that, it was burning much nicer. Now it seems to be back to its old ways. Why? What are you doing to me? I don't want you to blacken the globe in one sitting. Come on. Anyways, but the fun thing about these lanterns is all the little details, the differences. Now see, this says Dietz, right? It has a cap. The fuel cap is way offset, right by the regulator. And, well, on the back, you might not be able to see it, but it says Square Lift Tubular. Now, some people have said, well, what is a tubular lantern? Because, their minds think of tubular as a surfer's phrase. Tubular, dude, right? Yeah, well, that's not quite the case with this type of thing. A tubular lantern means that it uses these tubes to feed air to a burner for combustion. So when you see the term tubular lantern, it's talking about one of these. Or one of these. Or any number of the lanterns out here in the time cave. That's what I mainly collect, is tubular lanterns. So if it has a framework like this, either round tubes or square, it's a tubular lantern. But I mean, most of my subscribers probably already know that. Maybe some of them don't. Just covering all the bases. But anyways, square lift tubular. Well, what is a square lift? Well, this here, as you can see, the frame or the air tubes do create a square. And there is a lift, little curved, hooked piece of flat metal on the top of the smoke bell. So to light this, you lift on that, and that pulls the globe up, and then you can access the burner for lighting or whatever. Now, there are shapes to the wires, to the globe wires here, the guide wires. So there's a little bend in here. So when you pull it up past the bend, then it holds the globe up. It stays up so you can light the lantern, and then you shove it down. It's a very simplistic design. A lot of other companies tried this as well with, success. It's not a hard design to copy. Eventually, Dietz would call a lantern like this the high-low because it was inexpensive to make without a lift lever or the side lift, and so they would have a little loop, a little metal loop on the front, and then a separate loop on the side of this guide clip. And so you take your finger and your thumb and close them together, and we'll lift the globe, right? So the high-low is kind of a carryover of this style without the little hooked piece of metal on the top there. Now this square lift design, did it go away after the 80s, 90s? No. The one lantern that continued to have, actually two lanterns that continued to have this design, was the Acme Inspector, which has the large reflector used mostly on railroads, had the handle on top, and also the mill lantern. So the mill lantern was made all the way in through, oh gosh, I think the 1940s, I think. At least the Hot Blast one. I know they also made a mill blizzard. So yeah, the Cold Blast one's a little harder to find, and they are very desirable. Don't have one yet. I don't know when I will. But anyways, the square lift design definitely harkens to the earlier time, definitely the 80s, 1880s that is, and it kind of carried all the way up into the 1940s. And the last lantern that Dietz manufactured that had the square lift design was actually the Acme Inspector, to my knowledge. Anyways, and the Acme Inspector I think was discontinued in 1960 something, or maybe late 50s. Yeah, had a long run, and it was still a square tube lantern, So yeah, but anyways, it's fun. Enjoying a little kerosene time out here with y'all. Hope you enjoy seeing this real old relic, and if you're seeing this channel for the very first time and you like what you see, please by all means subscribe, tag along for the ride. I enjoy it. We're slowly gaining numbers. That's fine. I'm not really doing this for likes or numbers or whatever. I'm just doing this because I like sharing these things with those out there in cyberspace. So if you're looking for lantern content and you want to know more about lanterns, there's plenty of guys out there doing these things. There's Ken with lots of trains, and a lot of other guys that do lantern content, which is great. It's fun stuff, and I'm glad there's other people that are into the hobby that like sharing it with others as well. If you want more nitty-gritty details and you're on Facebook, go to the Tubular Lantern group on Facebook, or the Antique Lantern Collectors group as well. Those two are great groups, and there's a lot of knowledge out there, and also people sell things on those groups too. So if you're looking for something particular, or just anything in general, and you want to get into the hobby, great place to go for finding something unique and for a decent price oftentimes. So there you go. Anyways, signing off for now. Have a great week, and we will see you guys again very soon, I'm sure. Bye now.